Hey everyone, my name is Asher, and this is my Piano Skills 2 midterm assignment. So, I'm going to be showing you how to write an accompaniment for a jazz standard and the process. Alright, so today we're going to be going over my steps to writing a piano accompaniment to a jazz standard. So, we're going to go to a spin wheel. We're gonna see which jazz standard we're doing, and it's going to land on. Nice. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is the one that I really wanted. So join me in my next section where we're going to be talking about Doxy. All right, but now a word from our sponsor.
You, right there, it's me, Solid Snake. Are you having trouble making music that's original? Introducing the Beat Cooker.
Hey, bro, you got a phone call.
Yeah, Otacon. Yeah. Wait, you have the Beat Cooker. Oh,
Wait. I just got this new app called Beat Cooker. Let's see what kind of beats I can cook up real quick.
Alright, let's hear this beat.
Way these bikers is chasing me on the street pedaling with my feet and they are yelling bar dream! Remember's right.
Well, the Beat Cooker can only be purchased by extremely clouded individuals.
Check your cloud off level. Participate in the cloud off tournament located on Jarvis Island in May 2027. See you there.
Okay, so thank you to Beat Cooker for sponsoring this video. It helps me with all my beat making needs. But anyways, back to the video. So we're gonna be using this as a bro. I mean, you don't even need that, bro. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is open up MuseScore, and then as you can see here, we have a completely new thing. So we're just gonna format that up real fast. Let's do that in a little speed run. So I'm gonna start my timer right up here, and let's go. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Bro, I'm lagging! I'm lagging!
Oh my God. All right. I think that was PB. I don't know. We can check the splits after. We can move those aside for now, but man, that was crazy intense, bro. I don't know. But anyways, as you can see here, we have written out the melody, the chord structure, the format of the tune Doxy. All right. So next, in our next section, we are going to be going over how we decide what chords go where, or sorry, what position chords go where, and we're going to decide how we write those chords. All right. Okay, guys. So the next step right now is we need to figure out if this B flat 7 chord right here is going to be written in open or close position. So I'm going to write it in as close position. Now, you know what? I'm so confident that this chord is going to be written in close position that I'm going to bet 50K on it. All right? Ready? All right, let's go to Prize Picks right now. I'm not sponsored by Prize Picks, but I could be, bro. Alright guys, it actually turned out that I'm broke and I only have $1,000, so that's what we're gonna be doing. Okay, alright. Okay. I did that shape because it kinda looks like a saxophone guy. Like look that. Okay. No. Oh my God, that's $1,000 that I just. Oh man, this better be close. This better be close. Okay, guys, this this better be a close position chord because I'm gonna lose so much money if it's not. All right, so we gotta start out with B flat. All right, okay. Then we're gonna go. Okay, guys. Now we have to go A flat. So we go. We go F. G.
Warning, this chord is not in close position. Flat on the top of the chord would be too far away. I'd meaning your fingers would this chord as a close position chord.
Anyways, guys, I think I just lost that $1,000, bro. This alert popped up on my computer, bro. I don't know if y'all could see it. Anyways, we ball. So we're just
Okay, so now let's move on to the G7 chord. Since the G7 chord should have been in open position on Chanda, let's make the G7 chord in close position. So let's put the B flat, the D, and then the ab at the end. I love piano skills. Tuan Chand, and would appreciate an A-ja on this assignment. 请给我一个好成绩。我做得很好，也很努力。小红书
F7 is actually a cyclical chord progression, which means whatever D7 is, for example, let's just say it's open, G7 will be closed, C7 will be open, F7 will be closed, right? So we're going to write in D7 as a close position chord.
Warning, this needs to be a close position chord. If it was open, the third would be above the melody line.
Okay, guys, so now we have to move on to the G7, and since the D7 should be open, we start your cyclical chord progressions on an open position chord. We're going to make the G7 another close position chord. So we're going to write the G, then we're going to go up, and then finally, I need to write this as an eighth note because I'm stupid. We're going to put the F right there. Alright? Now, moving on. Okay, now let's move on to the C7 chord. Sorry, the C7 chord. Now, we're going to have to make this, this is also going to have to be a close position chord because if I wrote it as an open position chord, my fingers would have to reach from the B flat 3 all the way up in one hand, all the way up to the D flat 5. So it's just not, I mean, there's no point in doing that. So we're going to write this one in as another close position chord. So we're going to have C, E, and then you're going to have B flat somewhere like flexible. We're going to put B flat right there, right? That's not that bad of a reach, but is it? Because if this is played in my right hand, I have to get all the way up there. So what am I going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to play these 3 notes in my left hand.
And the thing with the C7 chord is because we don't want to be moving around when our hands are doing too much, we're actually just going to do the same thing for the F7. We're going to make it close, so only my left hand has to shift. And we're also just going to play it, only these 3 notes down here, only in my left hand, alright? So we're going to write the A, we're going to write the F, we're going to write the A, and then just because it's in the left hand, we're going to write the E flat. And we're going to plot the E flat right there, alright?
Okay, guys, now that we have this in, oh, and you might notice I changed it to dotted quarter notes instead of half notes because we're actually going to shift this B flat 7 to right here because there's no notes played here because it's just rests. But think about that. So we're actually going to move the B flat 7 right here. So we're going to put the B flat, this is right, same as before, B flat, we're going to put the A flat above it, right? And then we're going to put the D, D flat, the D right there. And that's just going to, imagine it just folds over into this measure, right? So that is the first line, the first A section of Doxy done. Let's go. Okay, now I gotta let y'all know on a secret, bro. You might have saw me do this in my speedrun, but it's actually a super niche tip in MuseScore that you can actually copy and paste stuff, right? So if I can, yeah. So that is literally the first 2 A sections done. Look how much time we saved. Okay, so for the B section, we're gonna actually put this first chord, the B7 chord, on the 4, so it lines up with this. So, sorry, B flat 7 chord. And then for this E flat 7 chord, we're just gonna put it on beat 1. Okay guys, things are about to get spicy. So we're gonna spice this arrangement up a little. So I don't know if anyone picked up on this, but Doxy in the lead sheet, this D7 chord, actually every D7 chord is it's actually an A flat 7 chord. Just because it's walking down a little, B flat, A flat, G. So we actually can do a tritone sub, and I already did that, by replacing all the A flat 7s with D7s because it's a 3 whole step difference. And now we can also add some passing tones. So because this is cyclical G7, C7, F7, we can replace, and it's dominant, we can replace the 3rd in G7 with the 4th. And I actually am going to make that a half note because we can add in the 3rd of G7 just right there, and you can see it walks down from a C to a B and then to a B flat. Pretty cool. So we can actually just do that with all of them. Okay, now that this is all spiced up, we can give it. I think we should just give it a quick listen through. And since I don't know how to use
Yo
music score, I don't
man,
know how to
the
make it
melody
like
in the B
swing.
section is wrong. The E flats you have written are supposed to be D flats.
Oh no, really?
Oh my god!
Oh, that's my bad. Thanks for pointing that out. I did not realize that before. But bro, thank God you caught that, 'cause that it would have sounded real bad. Anyways, we're just gonna listen through. I'll make it a bit faster. We'll let's put it in as quarter note equals. What are we thinking, chat? What are we thinking? Okay. We can do. Let's do 180. Let's do 180. All right.